Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to my YouTube channel that is Excel and Code by RashmiMam. First of all, I introduce myself. My name is Rashmi Prabha Misra. I am a software developer, freelancer, and I have been actively involved in developing software solutions using PHP, Java, and the Monstack, React, and Node.js also. Over the years, I have worked with clients, built real work projects, and guided many students of BCA or MCA who want to make their careers in web development. Again, very warm welcome to this online learning series of web development in Java. And I am here to guide you on a journey to become a full stack web developer using Java. Okay, then who is the course for? This course is designed for the students of all levels. That means you are from a BCA, MCA, or BTech in computer science, or even from a non technical background also. If you are willing to learn, you are welcome here. Even if you are starting from the scratch, I will guide you step by step from the basics to building complete web applications. Okay, here you learn from this course front-end technology, that's our HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React, and backend development, Java with Spring Boot, database integration, MySQL, and the tools Git and GitHub generally. Then come to what? What are the goal of this course? Goal is to build responsive websites and connect front-end with back-end and work with APIs and databases, and lastly create real-world full-stack applications. Okay. So before introducing the course, first of all you should keep a notebook handy and follow along with the code, practice what you learn and ask questions also. Okay. Then let's get started. So you are ready to begin your journey as a full stack web developer in Java? Okay, let's dive right in and start with basics. We'll explore that what is the full stack web development and what is the full stack web development in Java. Okay, before to enter in full stack web development in Java, let us consider what is this full stack web development. Okay, so to understand that, let me draw a diagram for full stack web development. This is the diagram to become a full stack web developer. Okay, if you are having idea of an mailing application, like example, if you consider Gmail, or so you go with the Gmail, what you accept from user, we open Gmail, it is going to ask for what? Username and password. Okay, and sign up or log in something else. Here in input field, we are going to fill the username and password. Here, here input field, you have to input the username and password. Okay. Then now the content, whatever now display in the browser, this will call the it is a front end part. Means this part is the front end part because this is shown on the browser. This content is shown in the browser. So this is the front end part. So how to develop this front end? We make it by using some technology. That is the front end or UI technologies. So the what are the front end or UI technologies are? That's are HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, Angular, React, Vue.js. Okay, these are the and people who develop this front end part, we call them as what? Front end or web or UI developers. Okay, front end or web or UI developers. And these are the languages to develop these technologies: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, Angular, React, or Vue.js also. Okay. Suppose, for the example, we go to some username lopa and password 1234. Now, where these user details are present? You have any idea? Where the data are present? When we register our users, these data, suppose you the data Raj and Raj 123. Where the data is present? You have any idea? Okay. Where it will be located anywhere? That's the database. Where is stored the data permanently by using the database. Okay. So we go with a database that we call it a database, and we store our user details in the database like username and password. Okay. Now, how to go to this database? So we make the use of database technologies like MySQL, Oracle, SQL Server. Okay. And the technology, this technology who used, the developers known as database developer or DBA. Okay. Means database administrator. Suppose now from our front end, we should able to connect to database. So there should be some middle layer also who are taking the data from front end and connect them to database. What they are called? That are called as backend or server side. So here we make use of technologies while having the different types of different technology of server side, which take the data from the front end and connect the database. Which technologies? Okay, these technologies are Java, that may be Java. From Java, that may be serverless or JSP or Spring. That may be .NET. That may be PHP. That may be Python, Django. Okay, the people means the developer who use the Java technology known as the Java developers. The people who know the .NET known as .NET developer. And the people who use the PHP, those are the PHP developer. Okay, all of you understand or not? Okay, from the front end, once you fill the data, his username and password, and when you click on the login, it is showing to connect the backward part, means backend part. In backend, it read out data. Once it read out the username and password, it is going to connect the database. Okay, then it is giving the response the whether that user is present or not in the database. And the backend part gives the response according to database response to the fronted part. Like if you are authenticated, then you go to the database page, or otherwise you fail to log in. Okay. The people who develop the front end part, we call them the front end developer, and who develop the database part, we call them the database developer, and who develop the middle layer part means using the Java, then the Java developer, using the .NET, then the .NET developer. Similarly, using which language? This developer. Okay. Then who should play all the role? Means one can should play all the role. One can should play the database part. One can play the front end part, and same one can play the back end part also. So who should play all the role? Call them as full stack developer. Okay, who should able to develop the complete project. Okay. Here in this course, we are using the Java as backend part. So here we call them as full stack developer in Java. And project development is called as full stack web development in Java. Okay, all of you understand or not? Please write in the comment. This is the roadmap for the full stack web development in Java. Okay, as a full stack developer, you should know the front-end technology, back-end technology, database, and tools to develop any software from end to end, right? Already I discussed some front-end technology and back-end technology database also. Now, in depth, in short form, we discuss this much. What are the front-end technology language? HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are the web development fundamentals. So make sure you know all those things. What is HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Okay, it is a standard language used to create web pages and structure their content, like the text, images, link, form, etc. You can think the HTML as skeleton of a web page. It gives the page its shape and structure. Then the second one means CSS. What is the CSS? The full form of CSS is Cascading Style Sheets. Why use? It is used to style and design the web pages already created by HTML. You know, HTML are the skeleton of a web pages and CSS. CSS are the clothes and makeup that make the pages good. Okay, then what is JavaScript? JavaScript is a programming language used to make web page interactive and dynamic. Okay, if the HTML structure and CSS is style, then the JavaScript is what? JavaScript was the brain that adds the behavior to your web pages. Okay, then the next step. Nowadays, these three frameworks are used generally: Angular, React.js, and Vue.js. Okay, you in short, we discuss these three first. Okay, what is Angular? Angular is a front-end web application framework developed and maintained by Google. It is used to dynamic single-page applications using the HTML, CSS, and TypeScript. Angular is act as a powerful toolkit that helps developers build large, fast, and interactive web apps. Then, next is what? Generally, today's React.js is used. Okay, React.js, commonly called as React. It is also a JavaScript library for building user interfaces. This is also for the single page applications. Okay, React acts as a toolbox to build fast, interactive, and component-based web pages. Okay, it is maintained by Meta, previously known as Facebook, and it's open source. And the next is Vue.js. What is Vue.js? This is a progressive JavaScript framework used to build user interfaces and also it is the single page applications. Again, Vue.js is act as a lightweight and easy to learn framework for making your pages interactive and dynamic. Like React or Angular. Okay, and it is also open source and created by Ivan, a former Google engineer. Okay, then the next is what? Node.js. Node.js and npm is also used. Okay, Node.js is an open source server-side runtime environment that allows you to run JavaScript code outside the browser, typically on a server. Okay, Node.js acts as a bridge that lets JavaScript work on backend. Okay, it uses Google's JavaScript engine. Then what is npm? npm is a package manager to install JavaScript packages or libraries. This is the default package manager for what? For Node.js. You to install, manage and share JavaScript libraries. This is act as an app store for JavaScript tools and code libraries. Okay, then this is the front-end technology. Okay, over. Now, we use this is the web stack development using Java. So here the backend technology what? Core Java. So let's you should to know what is core Java. What is core Java? What is core Java? Already you read the core Java. This is called Java SC, Java Standard Edition or standalone. These mainly used to develop an standalone or desktop application. Core Java is mainly used to develop standalone or desktop application. Can you give the example of standalone application? Please write comment. Okay. What are the standalone applications generally used? Notepad, calculator, Paint, Microsoft Word, that's all. That's are the standalone application. Once we download and install, then we did not connect the other system to run the application. These are the independent. Okay. So these are called as the standalone application. Okay. Core Java refers to basic features and fundamentals of Java. Okay. It is the foundation for all Java technology, like advanced frameworks like Springs, Hibernate, Java E, and Android development, etc. Okay, what are the basic features of core Java for full stack development? You learn here. Okay, in core Java, here you have to learn basic syntax and structure, data types and variables, operators, expressions, up to the file handling. Okay, you cover in your core Java. Okay, then what is Spring Framework? Now you learn a bit of suppose what is Spring Framework. Spring is a powerful open source Java framework used to build enterprise level applications. So this is a open source Java framework. It provides tools and features to make Java development. For what? For faster, easier, and more productive, especially for building the backend services, web apps, and REST APIs. Okay, Then, what is a Spring Boot? Spring Boot is basically an extension of Spring Framework which eliminated the boilerplate configuration required for setting up a Spring application. Okay, Spring Boot helps what? To create Java web applications or REST APIs quickly by reducing configuration efforts, automatically managing dependencies, embedding the web browser, providing ready to use features. Okay, then next is Hibernate framework. As a Java EE programmer, you must learn Hibernate framework. Okay, what is Hibernate? Hibernate is an object relational mapping framework for Java. It connects Java classes, means objects, to database tables, making it easier to store, retrieve, update, and delete data in the database using the Java code. What is Spring Security? What is Spring Security? Spring Security is one of the popular framework of our Java, therefore implementing authentication and authorization features. Okay, it helps to protect web pages, REST APIs, user accounts and password, and even blocks unauthorized access automatically. What are microservices? A microservice is a small, independent, and loosely coupled service that does one specific task and can communicate with other services through APIs, usually REST APIs. Again, microservices break a large applications into smaller modules, each handling one responsibility at a time and working independently. Then go to the database part. As a full stack developer in Java, you should have the good knowledge of database also. Here are these type of database already you have to use in relational database and NoSQL databases. What are those? MySQL, PostgreSQL, MySQL, Oracle, NoSQL databases, and MongoDB. Okay. What is MySQL? MySQL is an open source relational database management system that is used to store, manage, and retrieve data in a structured format using SQL, in structural query language. MySQL is a digital filing cabinet that helps you store and organize data efficiently. Okay, what is PostgreSQL? It is a powerful open source object relation database system. It is used to store, manage, and retrieve data just like MySQL. But this has more advanced features. This is supercharged version of MySQL. It is more powerful, more secure, and enterprise ready. Then what is MS SQL Server? MS SQL Server is a relational database system and what is this? RDMS also, and it is developed by Microsoft. Again, it is used to store, manage, retrieve data for desktop, web, and enterprise application using SQL. What is Oracle NoSQL database? What is Oracle NoSQL database? That is a non-relational database developed by Oracle Corporation, and it is designed for applications that require fast, flexible, and scalable data storage. Oracle stores unstructured or semi-structured data and is best suited for big data, real-time analytics, e-commerce and mobile application. And what is the last one? The MongoDB. What is MongoDB? MongoDB is a NoSQL database that stores data in a flexible JSON-like document instead of traditional rows and columns like MySQL or Oracle. MongoDB is like a digital filing cabinet where each file can have its own structure. It is perfect for storing flexible or unstructured data. Okay, then this database part is covered here. Okay, then tools. As a full stack Java developer, you should be able to know these tools. And these tools have to develop and deploy the web apps. And the tools are Apache Maven, Gradle, Git, Jenkins, Eclipse and IntelliJ, and Docker, Jira, SVN, Apache Ant, and Java Decompiler. What are these tools? What is this? What is Apache Maven? Apache Maven is a build automation tool and that is used primarily for Java projects. It helps you compile, code, manage dependencies, and run tests and build packages. Okay, next one is Gradle. Gradle is a modern build automation tool used to compile, test, and package code, just like Apache Maven. But it is faster and more flexible and uses a programmatic approach. Okay. And the next one is Git. Git is a version control system which helps you track changes in your code, collaborate with others, and revert back to previous versions when needed. You can think Git as a time machine for your project. Okay, then what is Jenkins? Jenkins is an open source automation tool used to build, test, and deploy software automatically. Okay, then what are the Eclipse and IntelliJ IDEA? These two are the editor, IDEs, integrated development environments used to what? Used to write, test, debug, and manage the Java programs. And for other programming languages, also these are used. Okay. These editors are used because here what? This is for code suggestion, this is for error checking, build tools and debuggers. Okay. Then Docker. What is a Docker? Docker is a containerization platform that helps you package an application along with everything it needs to run, like code, libraries and dependencies, into a single unit called container. This is a virtual box. Then what is Jira? Jira is a project management and issue tracking tool developed by Atlassian. It is widely used in software development to plan, track, and manage tasks, bugs, and projects, especially in Agile and Scrum environments. Then what is SVN? SVN. What is SVN? SVN, this is the subversion. It is a centralized version control system You to manage and track changes in source code and project files. This acts as a digital file history system. And then the next is Apache Ant. What is Apache Ant? Apache Ant is a Java-based build tool used to automate tasks like compiling Java code, packaging it into jars, running tests, and deploying the application. This Apache Ant tool acts as a robot that follows instructions right in an XML file to build and to manage your Java project automatically. And the last one. What is the last tool? The last tool is Java Decompiler. That is a tool that converts java.class files, which is the compiled bytecode, back into readable Java source file. This tool acts like a code recovery tool. Okay, that's much. These are the requirements for what? Full stack development in Java. You have to learn this much inside your course in web stack development in Java. Okay, that's much. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Let's build your future one line of code at a time. See you in the next video. Thank you very much. In next class, we will start what? From the Java or object-oriented concept. I would tell later. But I have to start in next class. Then thank you. Then if you found this video helpful and you okay. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with your friends. Let's grow together. See you in the next lesson. Bye.